всі мери міста Торонто були великими приятелями української громади та українського фестивалю у Bloor West Village в Торонто. Сьогодні, може, побачимо, чи кандидат Марк Saunders також буде прихильником нашої громади.
Дорогі глядачі, вітаємо вас на українській телемережі «Контакт». Сьогодні маємо приємність мати тут кандидата на мера міста Торонто, Mark Saunders. That was introducing you as one of the candidates for mayor here in the city of Toronto, but I still haven't mentioned that you're former police chief. So that's an important part of your whole deal, I think.
That's what separates me from everybody else. So thank you very much for the introduction.
When we're doing this interview, we have 102 candidates. So I guess this is the biggest personality contest Toronto's ever had.
It is, and also one animal. So I believe a dog is also on the list. So it'll be an exciting race, and I hope I do better than the dog. That's for sure.
Well, I think you're one of the front runners if one believes the polls. So one of the announcements that you made was that you were going to reverse, I may have gotten it wrong, but I think the point here are bike lanes in Toronto, reversing what's on University Avenue and stopping whatever is growing on, for example, let's say Bloor Street.
Yeah.
Now, how possible is it that you, as a mayor coming in, can stop this process that's being built, like very non-transparent, and still happening? So how would you expect, you coming in as mayor, how can you stop this process that's happening, God knows how come?
Yeah, well, first off, I can tell you, I have gone right across the city, north, south, east, and west. And when it comes to the bike lane discussion, that has been something that has bothered a lot of people. So people are supportive of bike lanes, but how it was not done right. The public was not consulted properly, and people were just waking up one day, and these bike lanes were there. And when we talk about where they are, they're on the busiest streets, in some cases, the busiest streets in the country. So when you take two of the busiest streets in the country and make it single lane, that's number one. And then what you're not taking into consideration is the fact that you're removing parking spaces. Businesses, especially small businesses, are horribly affected by this. And I can tell you, they're the ones that are the loudest about not having those bike lanes. It is interrupting with their business and their opportunity to run a successful business. There hasn't been consultation. And that's what the key problem was. And so many reasons, when we even address people that live with disabilities, having that curb in the middle between the sidewalk and the curb is making it very difficult for people to get on, and snow removal. Because you have snow removal coming from the roadway, and then you have snow removal coming from the sidewalk. And not a lot of people are using the bike lanes as people have indicated. If we're going to do it, we have to do it right. And it is not a one-size-fits-all, especially out in the West End. When I was talking to the South Kingsway community, they were very, very upset at this plan. And as mayor, I want to do everything I can to first put a moratorium so we stop any more bike lane projects. Number two, University Avenue, to me, is one of the most important streets in our city. It has the biggest, best hospitals in the country, fourth in the world. And now you're adding an extra layer of traffic. We have to be careful when seconds count when it comes to life or death. And, when we go forward with this, we really have to be speaking with our communities. We have to work together. And if we're not transparent in these discussions, we're not going to be productive.
What about crime? You mentioned that that's not taken care of properly here in Toronto. What will be not just your platform, but what is it that you would like to achieve?
So the main reason why I'm running is because I have noticed over the past few years that crime and disorder has been normalized. People are walking around things that they never would have walked around years ago. Government is not getting involved when they used to years ago. I can be on Bloor Street or Yonge Street. I've been on Bloor Street 6 o'clock in the afternoon. A man is standing there urinating right on the sidewalk. And people are just walking around like nothing's happening. Tents are up everywhere. We have to deal with this because it affects the erosion of our city. If our city is not safe, it's not healthy. And if it's not healthy, it's not vibrant. And that's why people want to come to Toronto, because it's a vibrant city, it's a clean city. And in order to fix that, we have to make sure that we address all of the crime and the disorder, especially when we deal with the TTC and the subways. People are so scared on the subways. The ridership has gone down 30%. So I am promising that I put a platform out there that speaks to the subway and the TTC and the safety plan. It is the best plan, and it's a plan that can be executed much quicker than some of the other people that are talking about it. You know, working in policing for 38 years, I have the best skills for sustainable solutions when it comes with crime and disorder and all of those things. And not forgetting as well, when we're dealing with disorder and random crimes, more times than not, it's people that live with mental health. Arresting our way through is not the best solution. A lot of agencies have failed that individual. We have to have the right supports in place. And if we have the supports in place, then chances are we won't see as much disorder because they'll be taken care of at a much better place in their life, and then our city can be more vibrant again.
Well, Mr. Saunders, now we're going to come up to the most important question. Okay, that's the relationship with the Ukrainian community. When you look at Mayor Lastman, he got his car towed because he parked in the wrong place. Yeah. Mayor Miller played in a marching band at our festival. Mayor Tory has always been around on our stage, actually, as so have you. So what's your prediction for your involvement, let's say, with our festival or with our community? What do you think about that? What band are you going to join?
Well, I will tell you, I will join the Ukraine band. So first off, when I first joined policing in 1982, my first division was 11 Division. And my very first day, my post, my beat walk, was on Bloor Street. So that was my introduction to Toronto, first time with the Toronto Police Service. And I've lived in the West End for a long, long period of time. I used to live on Windermere. I spoke to you earlier about that. So understanding the importance of that Ukraine festival is near and dear to my heart. And even as chief, I had a couple of opportunities to be there as well. It is so fantastic because it brings people not just from Toronto, but from all around. And the festival is a fun one, and it gets to celebrate the culture, the values, the beliefs, and the colors, and the costumes, and the dancing. It's one of the best festivals. So I definitely want to take an active part. I have in the past, but now, if I do get in as mayor, you'll definitely see me more, having all kinds of different pierogies. And a couple of years ago, you guys had jerk chicken pierogies, so you even brought a little bit of Jamaica.
Yes.
So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, дорогі глядачі. Це Марк Сандерс, кандидат на мера міста Торонто. І вернемося до програми відразу після цих доступних реклам. So thank you very much. Beautiful to have you.
Thank you for having me here.